Alright, we are back. Hi everybody, welcome to Friday's stream. I hope everybody had a really good honey day slash Valentine's Day slash post Valentine's Day. Um, I did. Me and husband had a like Valentine's Day part two yesterday. Husband, hi babe. Um, yeah, so we had a good time last night. Um, Made dinner, hung out, did some writing, fun stuff. um, yeah, so today I am going to. Oh, actually, I need to bring up um, the link. I'm gonna steal Stink's template for their gods because it was friggin' brilliant. And one second, let me get to the right. Here we go, gods. So each god is going to need their own page, so you guys can check out how this kind of works as far as um, as far as how Notion kind of works in a general sense. Oh, and I also know I haven't uploaded the VOD yet. I'm sorry. I just got to it late today, and I didn't want it uploading at the same time I was recording and streaming. Just because it probably would have slowed down my rig, and I didn't want that to mess with the stream at all. But I will be uploading both the VODs today by the end of the day. Um, so if you didn't get to make the Honey Day stream, you can still check it out then, or today's stream, for instance. So we're gonna be doing that. Uh, so okay, so I've got this. That's the template. Okay. Here, let me. So here is how Notion kind of works. This is just the general kind of setup that I use. This again, I've said before, I'm a very list heavy person. so um so Notion and programs like it. I'm sure I think OneNote kind of does the same thing, and there's a couple other ones. Notion was just the first one that I found and learned. It's strong in some places, weak in others, whatever. Um, but I can at least show you how, in general, it works. So one of these days, I will get to a YouTube video explaining the whole process from like front to back. But we'll just kind of set up a page or how the page is gonna work, and then we'll go from there. So as you could see in this, I have the main page of Overstory here, which is all my stuff, plus more as we figure it out. This is my intro to the players itself that I wrote out for them. Some of which I stole from a great little post on Reddit, where it just kind of goes through the bases of like what an RPG is and what to expect as a player and stuff like that. So, uh, this is like the hub page for all the stuff, and as you can see, everything is linked there at the top that I can get to it easily. It's also listed here on the side. And I'm going to be working on gods today, so I click over to the gods page. So there's your general outlook on each god here. And then, in order for each of these gods to get their own page, what I have to do is there's a little plus sign over here, where I can hit plus, and we'll start with Melora. And that creates a page specifically for Melora, which will be listed down here. Or you can move stuff around too, but I'm just going to keep it down here. And then when you create a specific page for something, you can then go at that page, Melora, and then that page with all the details will be linked. Oh, BeReal's up. Okay. I don't know what is up with this app, like, starting exactly when I stream. But we're gonna fucking deal with it. So, smile chat. Okay. There we go. Uh, I don't know if anybody else is on Be Real, but it's a cute little app. All right. So now Melora has her own page. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that for every single god. Yes, it is a bit time consuming, but since we're at the beginning of the stream, I don't mind so much. Let's see. Next is Bahamut. There's Bahamut. And again, we do Gond. There we go. Then Hanali. And I'll show you what all the pages can hold. Like, the pages can hold pretty much anything. Imagery, links, text descriptions. I'll show you, because I'm going to make a template, basically, out of how Stinks wrote up their gods for their Aphalith. Aphalith, I hope I'm remembering that right. Or Apharith race. Hi, Stinks! Welcome in! We're just speak of the devil. And I'm gonna steal your template for your gods today and fill them out for all my gods. And then we might talk about some minor gods in between there as we go as well. So next is, I can also make this easy by just like copies and paste. There's that Mistra. There we go. Feel free to use and recontextualize any of the deities I made for Atheris, by the way. I might too. I might at least take some of their, their focuses and stuff like you wrote them up. I really enjoyed the way you did that. We'll just do the bright side gods today, Mr. Brightside. Just because I don't want to bear down the stream with too much bookkeeping. As much as DMing is about bookkeeping, I'll try to keep the boring parts out of the stream itself. Ninkei is my favorite. I loved the name Ninkei just makes me so happy. I really do enjoy it. Okay. So, now that we have separate pages down here for all of our gods, they're also linked in the sidebar here. You can then take it and go, like I said, at Bahamut, boop, and then at Gond, at Hanali, and these will all then link directly to... Did I spell that wrong? Hang on. LLI. Howdy, 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 Arcane. How are you? Did I? LL. Work with me. Why are you not linking? Okay. Sometimes Notion can get a little fucky. So, hang on a second. Let me... Doing just fine yourself. I am doing great. Had a good morning. Good vibes this morning. And why aren't you working? I can see you're right here, though. I copied it. That's very strange. I don't know why it does that sometimes. It just doesn't like it. Hi, Edwin. Welcome in. Good to see you again. We're just setting up some pages specifically for my gods. There it is. Okay, see, so I don't know why Notion can be a little weird like that. So just be prepared to deal with some jank. It just kind of happens. Especially for free software, it just kind of shows up. Istra. Hi, Bunkin! Hi, Eekster! Welcome in. Mora. At Beret. B-Ray, however you want to say it. At Lydia. At Joaquin. Boop. At, whoops. At Majir. There we go. So anybody have any good plans for the weekend? Don't know what I'm doing quite yet. It's either going to be gaming with my with my group, with my VTM group, watching movies, or vibing with husband. Not sure yet. All right, we're all linked out for each of the gods, so now they all are linked here and have their own page. And then I'm gonna go over to, hang on, I'm gonna come and steal. Gonna steal Stinks's template for their gods. My wife and I bought a new bed, which gets delivered tonight. Nice. So hopefully it will be an entire weekend relaxing in bed. I understand that a good bed is hard to pass up. I don't blame you. All right. So for ease of access, I'm going to make the template down here, so as I go and as I make more gods, I can have it ready to copy paste, basically. Hang on. Whoop, nope. Yeah. Okay. So, template. There we go. Alright, so that will have that ready for me as I go. And we will take that and put that in each god's page. Just kind, oops, no. Just kind of copy and paste it all so it's all ready for me to fill out as I go. Okay. Now, here's anathema is basically what you won't do. Yes, edicts are what you're encouraged and required to do for clarification. Yes, awesome, thank you. Again, I think about the VTM paths, and they're like 10 levels of following the path and what that means and so on and so forth, and I absolutely love it the way you set it up. Okay. So that's that. Now, here's the thing that's cool to think about here, because I know that we have a tendency with our pantheon to call the other side the dark gods, and in a way, yes, but also I want everyone to remember that in D&D and things like that, there are grave clerics and death clerics and things like that, and they might follow one or several of those gods. Like a cleric of the Raven Queen would be in the grave domain, most likely. I would guess. So it doesn't make you immediately a bad person to follow these gods. These gods just kind of go the other direction, and a lot of these things, or I tried to design these things so that they are things that exist in life, that are going to continue to exist in life, in mortal life, and it can be seen as just part of the journey. If any of you are familiar with Carl Jung, the early 1900s, oh my god, there might be some followers of good gods that do bad things. Exactly. I mean, look at look at history. There's been plenty of people that follow what they claim is a good god and do real bad things. But Carl Jung is an early 1900s, I think, psychologist that popularized the ideas of archetypes and the shadow self. The shadow self is basically the part of all of us, because we are human, that is the part that we deny. You know, there are parts of us that, in quick reaction, act what we deem as opposite of us, but it's not. It is part of us. If you were previously hurt in some way and you react with anger, and then you're ashamed of that anger, you shouldn't be, because you have to realize that your anger is trying to protect you. That is what that is. And you should never deny your anger, but you should practice it in a healthy way. That is what the shadow self means, basically, in a very, very simplified kind of way. There are books and books and books written upon that idea. Dark doesn't mean evil. The darkness warms like a blanket if you're willing to let it do so, and light cannot exist without darkness. Exactly. So just keep that in mind. I know I will call them the dark gods, but there's a reason I'm not calling the bad gods or the evil gods. They're the dark gods. They're part of us. They're part of the pantheon. They exist. The other guys allow them to exist. They're not in a war. I want to point that out as well with the pantheon, because there's a lot of pantheons out there that are constantly in this war against these, evil gods, and I don't want that. Now, they both might be at war with the devils in hell, but that's because they're a neutral party and they might actually be fighting for souls. So it actually behooves both sets of gods, light and dark, to treat their followers well. It's just a matter of what their followers do with the power they are given that decides where they go, And, all of the gods are parents. All the demons and devils in hell are the crazy uncles and stuff, if you want to think of it that way. So, oh god, I just spilled coffee everywhere. It's fine. Okay. I got on my phone. Yuck. Okay. But I just want to keep that in mind, like, as I fill these out for the light gods and then eventually the dark gods. We'll go over those later. Uh, Dark does not mean bad. Just like black magic, is not a cool term anymore because we used to associate as a culture, black equals bad, dark equals bad. It does not mean bad. I did a one-shot set in Forgotten Realms. The main bad guys were a heretic Joaquin cult that we're setting up a multi-level marketing scheme trying to convince the players to become healing potion sellers. See? Yeah, exactly. So like God followers might do shitty stuff and Dark God followers might do good stuff. So it's all about humanity and it's about man's inhumanity to man. Sorry. But yeah, it always boils down to choice. The gods do not control the player or the character or whatever. They don't control that person. They just do their best by them, like a parent does, and hope they make the good decisions. And if they don't, depending on what they do, gods have a different morality. So the gods still might be chill with whatever that person does, as long as they, worked within the confines of their, their edicts, like Stinks has put here. So yeah, to show you also the things that I can that Notion can do. I love pictures. I love pretty pictures. So you can definitely do things like, for instance, you can put any picture on your page in OneNote, or excuse me, Notion, and just, I think you can do it in OneNote too, but here, let's see if we'll just type in Wild Mother because that's what they went by in Critical Role, and that's likely what people will know her by as far as uh, fandoms and art and stuff. So if I can find a good... Oh god, the AI art is taken over, man. I would say chthonic would be better descriptor than dark, but chthonic specifically means the underworld. Hades was a chthonic god, and arguably was the best person out of the members of the Hellenistic pantheon. That's very true. Well, I'm surprised that there's not more wild... God, fucking God. Sorry, just the AI art. AI art has a place. I think it does. It's just not fucking everywhere. I just hope we get used to it and get bored with it soon. And start going back to actually drawing stuff. Oh, there you go. That's, that's kind of the vibe. That's a dope words for the yeah. Chthonic is very cool. What's the opposite of chthonic? So we can name the light side, whatever that is. Auronic? Ooh, that's a hard one. Oh, I've got an R impediment that's like way back in my past. So like oh, hang on. Oh, that's a hard one. I might have to find another word because I don't know if I can say that. To be completely honest with y'all, because that's a rough one. Antonym. Celestial or heavenly. Okay, so we have celestial and chthonic. I guess. Kinda. That's fine. uh, they also mean like fiendish, wicked, demonic. Yeah. Hadean. Hadean's good. Nether. I mean, we could do like Nether gods for your full Minecraft needs. Styxian is good. Naturally. Oh. Originating or occurring naturally in a country or area. Interesting. Yeah, because primeval doesn't really hit. I pronounce it like Orsonic. Without the Oronic. 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 That's a hard one. Maybe just shadow gods. Like, maybe we should do something... Hang on. Penumbra is always good. Darkness, gloom, dimness, obscurity, blackness, candlelight, murkiness, dark, cover, shelter. Umbrage. The Umber gods? Not bad. The obscure gods, I mean, that's accurate in several ways. Adumbration. That's a word. Remnant gods. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some more reading on the Shadow Self. I do have a book currently that I'm working through that is entirely about that. Maybe some words will jump out at me while I read it. I do like chthonic. I just need a good opposite word to match it. So we'll figure that out. But for now, oh, this is a pretty one, and I can't tell if it's AI. I can never tell. I know there are ways to tell. This one actually doesn't look too bad. Because I was reading an article earlier how to tell what is AI art and what isn't, and like apparently they have trouble with like hard lines. So like for instance, if this little bit here, if this was like slowly bleeding into the smoke or whatever at her feet, that would be a kind of a tell for AI. But since it's not, and it kind of has its own energy and edge to it, it's not... At least it looks a little bit more like, whoa, I don't know who she is, but I want her in my game. Okay, hang on. I gotta save this. I don't know what NPC she's gonna be, but she's great. She's cool. A good back. Hell yeah. I gotta figure out magical tattoos. That's always something I generally have in my worlds in some way or another, just because it's super, super cool. I think it'll be a great fit for tribal magic, and you know, that bridging the gap. Like if they visit a tribe of some sort and they help that tribe, they are given like a tattoo, like some magical tattoo or something. I love magic tattoos. Very cool kind of idea. I think we've used them very heavily in the past, and I've always enjoyed having them as kind of like a magic item that you don't have to worry about, you know, attuning to or whatever. Basically. Oh, yep, Fern showed up. There we go. There's the Critical Role shit. I type in Wild Mother and I'm surprised there's not more Critical Role fan art showing up. Is anyone up to date? There we go. That's her. That's how I imagine Melora. Speaking of tribal magic, I love aesthetics that blend the tribal and fantastical with the mechanical. Yeah, eventually we will get to mechanical in this world as we go. Oh, she's so cool. Does anyone else watch Critical Role? I haven't watched the new season like at all, but it's I loved the Mighty Nine. I loved the first season. I loved all that stuff. Okay, now to here we go. There we go. To give it kind of that wiki feel. Uh-oh. Why did my picture disappear? What? The hell? Oh, there it is. Oh, it just took a minute to load. Okay, so we'll just get rid of that one. To give it more of that wiki feel, I like to put the picture on the side with the, you know, these entries kind of on the other side. That way you can kind of see both and get the vibe from there. And what the hell is going on? There we go. But yeah, mechanical stuff, like if, for instance, if, The only thing Critical Role I watched fully was Exandria Unlimited Calamity. Oh my god, don't get me started on Brennan Lee Mulligan. Holy shit, Calamity was the coolest fucking thing. Yeah, you should. It's really not hard. If I can do it, I promise you can do it. And also, if you go on Reddit or whatever and look up Notion templates, people have done it for you. Like, they'll give you a template you can just make copies of, and then you just have it, and you just, I did nothing wrong. Oh, God. Fire. His portrayal of, whatever that demon god was, I can't remember his name. Holy fuck. Yeah, they have amazing templates. Just look it up. Just type in new Google Notion templates, and you will find pages of this shit already done for you. That's how it got started. I just started moving stuff around in other people's templates, and it's very basic what I do. People go crazy with the coding, and I have no idea how to do that. What I do is very, very chill and basic. So I'm sure you can figure it out beyond what I do. But yeah, Calamity. Oh my god. And I didn't mind the start of Bell's Hells, really, but like, I don't know what it was. It was just, I didn't connect with any of the characters as much as I have in the past. I didn't care about them as much, and I don't think that's I might have just been burnt out on, because I remember I like binged it to catch up before the new season, and kind of wrap it up. And so I might have just burnt myself out on it. I did watch like the first like 20 episodes, and then I was just like, okay, I know some shit's happening. I know I've seen the art at least, but and then Calamity was just so fucking good. And like, oh god. And we've been watching like Dimension 20 stuff a lot. I do have to sit down and catch up. I don't know if anyone else watches Dimension 20. Oh my god. But Yagami Rocky, have you heard of Obsidian? Yes, I have. I've been using it with World Anvil to write and make the presentation world to my players. Yes, I have. I have some familiarity with both of them. I I don't mind them. I like them and what they do, but they also, yes, about Critical Role. Dope. We'll get back to that in a second. But the way that Obsidian's better than World Anvil. World Anvil is a little too. Yeah, I'm not loving the season. I don't know what it is, and I don't think it's anything that has to do with the writing or the players or the characters or anything. It's just something ain't, something ain't kicking, whatever. I haven't watched Candala Obscura, and I really, really want to as well. Eventually I'll get to it. It's also a big time sink to watch stuff like that. Like, Dimension 20 keeps it to, like, hour and a half, 2 hours, but Crit Role keeps which, again, nothing wrong with that. I've done it before, but, like, they keep to their 3-4 hour, episodes, and it's just kind of rough when, like, I used to watch it at work, before I lost my job, and I was allowed to watch stuff, and it was great, but I lost that time, so I didn't continue on. But yeah, World Anvil, oh, I don't know if an ad break is actually starting. It's telling me that it is. Oh, no, it's starting in a minute, sorry. So let me know if you see an ad. I'm gonna stop doing the ad thing, myself. I need you guys to do the exclamation point ad if you start seeing ads, so I know to stop talking and take a minute and let it go. Now you have people like us who watch you while you work. How the tables have turned. Indeed, indeed. That is very true. I live to serve, really. World Anvil hides too much behind a payroll wall, and I know they need to pay for their space, and I know they need to pay their people, and I have no problem with it. But I don't have a job right now, so I cannot afford to put in for something like that when things like Notion and OneNote and stuff are a little bit more freely available. I love the ideas that Obsidian and World Anvil both have for, templates and stuff like that, and it's great, but the way they do it is just a little bit too janky for me, at least on the free version. Maybe one day I'll get the paid version, but for now, I'm a list person. All I need is text and some pretty pictures, and I'm good. So I don't need all that to do what I gotta do. I do eventually have to make a website. TTRPG what was it? Collective. Sorry, I forgot the word. Has suggested that I make a website for my game, my world, and I will do that eventually. I've been watching Critical Role through highlights because I can't watch the full episodes and want to know what's going on with the story. Yeah, I gotta do that. I paid for the lowest tier when it was on sale. Yeah, I did have a paid version of it for a while, but I had to let it go. Um, I don't know if you guys are seeing ads. It's telling me that there's ads playing. $30 for a whole year. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, it's not a bad thing at all. To pay for it. It's just I have no justification for it right now. Cause you know there's an ad at the bottom of the screen. Okay. All right, that's fine then. As long as it doesn't interrupt me. I don't know what it is. Sometimes like streams get interrupted, and some of them just get the bottom of the screen. So as long as you guys can still hear me, whatever. Um. So. But yes, Calamity was incredible. I've gone over to Dimension 20 and been watching their stuff. I do have to sit down, and I haven't even been able to watch their gaming content uh, until for a while. I started I started Adventuring Academy with my husband because I had already watched it a while before. Oh, you are getting an ad. Okay. All right, I'm gonna pause. Okay. There we go. Okay, are we back? Is the countdown correct? Never know. Um, but with all the easy links and stuff like that, I tried Notion for writing and didn't feel as flowy for me as I feel as Obsidian. Just because of how easy it is to make new links and link to other pages. Sure, yeah, no, I get it. I get that there are certain aspects of it that work better than Notion, that's for damn sure. And I'm really hating how Notion is going towards the AI shit. Ads are done, dope. But it does, all I need is like a basic word processor kind of thing. For example, orcs in one of my worlds are nomadic tribal people who participate in ritual tattooing, nice, and star worship, dope. But also tinkers and masters of turning trash and scrap into treasure. They live in traveling communes on giant vehicle homes made out of scrap and junk and powered through faith magic. Kind of like a less stereotypical and war-loving version of the orcs from Warhammer. That's exactly what I was thinking of as I was reading the description. It definitely sounded like the orcs from Warhammer, but cool. I know Notion also does, but it feels more complicated to make it with the flow of writing. Yeah, sure. I love the idea of your orcs. That sounds fun. Do they all talk like rugby hooligans like this? You get the bottom jaw. That's how I talk with the Warhammer orcs all the time. Whoa, you know, that kind of shit. But yeah, I get that the flow of writing can be interrupted, which is also why I go back and forth to Google Docs. Google Docs is like where I um, got used to my game writing, and that's where I like print my actual session notes on for the game itself. So it is a bit of back and forth. So oh, they talk in Russian accent. This is very good. Any excuse for a Russian accent, I am absolutely here for. It's my favorite accent to do, really. Hi, thumbs moment. Hi, boy. You wanna come say hi? He's not gonna listen. Are you gonna listen? Kinda. He's kind of putting his pawsies on the chair. He doesn't want to jump though. Okay, that's fine. Thumbs moment. Praise thumbs. Praise thumbs. Thumbs up. Meh. Don't know if you heard that. Come on. Come on. Cooperate. He's thinking about it. Hang on. Wait. Wait. Come in. Oh my god. Don't. You're killing my stream, my guy. They want to see cat. Come on. He's not listening. He was gonna do it. Come on. Kinda. He doesn't want to jump. Okay. My orcs are also inspired by Russian culture. Good stuff. He's not cooperating. It's fine. Cat. It's a fun fact about orcs too. Orcs in my world have 7 fingers on each hand, like a genetic thing. Oh. Well, come up here. He wants food, even though it's nowhere near time to feed him. Don't give me that look. 7 fingers sounds crazy. He's gonna do it when I'm not looking and scare the shit out of me. Right, so I do have to sit down and figure out the different races in this world and what separates them. Right now I've bought myself a little time. I do love orcs being that barbarian kind of based. More underground aspect of the word orcus. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. So I already have one NPC that's a half orc that was born into a tribe of barbarian orcs, and she left that behind and became a little bit more peaceful. She's now a monk. So I've kind of got that tie-in already with a kind of tribalistic barbarian aspect. I'm gonna build upon it as I go. Have to make it work with dwarves, so that's where I'm at. It do be that way. Well, you know, orcs could be something like more based around like ants, if you want to look at it that way, like the way they dig and dig and dig into these great huge like labyrinthine kind of nests, if you will. But dwarves are the miners, so they're a little bit more brutalist and just square and stuff. The tribe she came from monkish as well. That's true. Yeah, I'm gonna figure out something there again. Trying to avoid some stop patting my hand like you're gonna get fed, because you're not. He's being very sweet. You don't care. Orcs in my world also designate a leader through meritocracies are great. Whoever can tinker and provide to the commune the best is leader. Dope. That's awesome. That's how my nobility works in this world. Whatever, if you have served the community in a major way, that's how nobility happens. It's not just buying your way in. Again, that's something else I need to like really kind of solidify so I know how it is done. But right, so Stinks, I'm still gonna be referencing back to your document back and forth. You wrote everything so freaking well. I'm so obsessed with the way you set up this the document. No! Oh god. Wait, what? I didn't tell you to do that. Go away. There we go. Sometimes leaders of orc tribes are native orcs. Human leaders are common sight among the communes. That's interesting. They just come in and are a badass with some cool new invention, and they're like, you're chief now. We like you. Right. So I gotta get in the writing mood, if you will. So looking back on your write-up, Stinks, on your gods. So areas of concern: safe passage, art, and new experiences. So, alright, so Melora is, you know, areas of concern is life, protection of nature, I don't know if I gotta look at my other gods, but it might be just like a general sense of wellness. Like, I think, and I know, I had some ideas in the past with Melora. I guess I was making her too good, or too neutral, and now we have to push her kind of to the lighter side of things because the Raven Queen kind of exists as her sister. So we need, like, so Melora doesn't, or didn't previously understand death. She she created the Fae so they were immortal and then realized that, oh, that cycle is necessary. So she's the part of nature that lives, that the spring, the things that bring, and yes, nature is incredibly violent, but she has that weird god morality where it's a little nebulous in regards to the violence and death. She might consider that, she might just kind of like, that didn't happen, don't worry about it, that kind of stuff. So it's a strange little dichotomy between the two of them. My dwarves count in base 5, and they wrote the books on architecture that now all races use. That makes sense. These two combined led to most buildings being designed in multiples of 5 feet. What an amazing, amazing way to make sure your buildings make sense in the map. I love that. I would have never thought about that, where I'm just like, I'm going to make this make sense. Is a story building usually 5 feet? Absolutely not. But in this world, fuck you, it is. I love that. It's very funny. Uh, so edicts, changing grows, person explores matters. So looking at edicts of Melora, she's going to basically be well, here's the easy part. Let's mistreating nature. The easiest part is listing what they don't like, right? Mistreating nature, killing unnecessarily. I spelled that so wrong. Oh my god. I swear like, for some reason, necessarily. There we go. For some reason, when I get on stream, my ability to spell and type just plummets, and I don't know what that is. It just might be the knowledge that people are watching me, and I'm just like, what do I do? How do keyboards work? I have like a fucking 70 word per minute typing speed, but like here I'm like, how do words, you know, whatever. It's so frustrating. I swear I'm competent. Poisoning nature, like littering. Littering. Yeah, domains are obviously life. What are the other? Life, nature. Melora's being... Melora... Melora... Babe, you typed Melora, see? Okay, ow! I pulled a muscle at the gym yesterday, and like I've got like a muscle like right in my chest that hurts whenever I laugh. Ow! Okay. Babe. He's gotta type like with one hand as he's working. In denial about Melora was, I assume, in denial about death at first, shunting that responsibility to her sister as part of the schism. Yes. I'm hurting my wife. No, I'm fine. I hurt my wife. I hurt my wife. I hurt my wife. I'm fine. I'm good. Ow. Just gotta stretch. I don't know how to stretch this part of my body. It's just like right here on my chest. Whew. Okay. Ow. I can't take full breaths either. Oh god. I'm okay. I actually put makeup on too, so now my eyes are watering. Okay. Alright. I got it. I'm good. Whew boy. I'm good. Alright. Just looking at Stink's notes here, so don't mind me. Just making sure I understand where each one was was going and how to kind of write it. The edicts are very interesting, where it's just kind of like explore the nature of the world, farm responsibly, I guess, responsibly. Um, uh, Plant and tend to your roots, like kind of in a amalgous kind of way where she's just like you I want you to make it. Melora may not completely understand people that are ace or aro, for example, because she knows mating. She knows mating, it's rare. I will say I don't think it's non-existent, but it's rare for animals to be not to not mate unless there's something like physically wrong with them. So she wouldn't necessarily understand if you were ace or aro. So she would be like, "Oh, you should have a family," and then she eventually learns about like found family, and she's like, "Okay, that's close." And like there are some people that can't have children, so she's just like, "Oh, okay, so these people need the ability to still have a family even though they can't birth one, kind of stuff." So that kind of like Melora, and a lot of the gods are like this, where the gods are all going to be um kind of naive in one way or another, if you want to look at it that way. They understand what they understand, and like stuff outside of that they might have been introduced to by the other gods, but there's still this kind of like, that's weird. Why would anybody? That kind of idea. So the gods can learn and grow just as much as a normal person can. Gods in this world are not omnipotent. They're not all knowing, because that would kind of ruin the whole idea. So so yeah, it's an interesting thing to think about, where where does the gods like blind spots lie in morality or in understanding or in experience, because just because they've been around for millions of years since the beginning of time doesn't mean they've experienced everything, strangely, because they're going to be very kind of focused on their thing, and since they all have their own worlds, they focus on those, and so if something doesn't come up in their world, they're not aware of it as much. Bit of a house rule that might fit in your world, but I didn't add to the formatting because it's a house rule. Clerics get spells added to their spell list depending on their deity. You still need to prepare them normally, unlike domain spells, but they're added to your spell list. That is a great idea. That might be something that comes up later. I don't have a cleric in my cat's being a shithead. Excuse me. You little shit. Why do you start knocking stuff over when I start streaming? You. That is a great idea. But I don't have a cleric right now, but it's something to definitely consider should this world continue to grow and I continue to have other characters come in and out and stuff. So, yes, that is a great house rule. I like that a lot. Anything that gives clerics more spells, if you ask me. Uh, Build family units. That's how we'll say that. So, Melora is still new to the idea of found family, but I think she's learning to love it. I think Melora probably looks at the people of Galdor as like her stories. I mean, she loves them like they're like her children, but they're her, like, she's like, this is interesting, and she just zooms in. Thumbs! He's shown up. He shows up now. He's close enough now. Say hi. Say hi, sweet boy. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Okay. He's gonna start being annoying, even though it's nowhere near time to feed him. He thinks it's always time to feed him. Okay. So, life, nature. I have a, god of the ocean, so we're not gonna do Tempest for her. I guess light could be, like sunlight and stuff, could be one of hers as well. Okay. All right, and I'll write up kind of the little blurbs, kind of like you did, Stinks, just like as an introduction for each of them. But again, that's not interesting to like watch me war with, so I'm not gonna worry too much about that. So Bahamut, always fun. We love Bahamut. We got a cool picture of him, and hopefully not. Here we go. Ooh, that one's really cool. Hopefully not any AI. Oh, this one's badass too. Oh, that's one of his human forms. We like to mess with Bahamut on in the one-on-one campaign because he has so many different whoops. He has so many different like human guises basically that it's just fun that he just walks around. The idea that he's just around all the time is fun. Oh, look at him. He's gorgeous. Credit to Joshua Raphael, freelance illustrator. Amazing, amazing work. It looks like this is for... Wasn't there a magic card? Beast and Behemoths, a young adventurer's guide. Illustrate the... Very cool. 2020. This is gorgeous. This is gorgeous, gorgeous artwork. I am going to use this as a reference, and of course, if anybody should know the artist or the artist approaches me and says, hey, please don't use my stuff, I will immediately take it down. I have nothing but respect and love for the artist, so if I ever overstep a boundary, I don't want to ever do that. You, Safi! Hi, welcome. How are you doing? Yeah, I never want to overstep a boundary for an artist. I respect artists greatly. I am strictly using this for reference, to present to my players. I'm not making any like money off of like selling any artwork ever. So nothing but respect to artists ever. And I will absolutely listen to any of them should they come to me with concerns of me using their work on my stream. So just as a general kind of, so everybody understands, and if anybody comes across this stream and is like, hey, you didn't get permission. No, I did not, and I am using it as reference, and I hope that is not stepping on any toes, but if I'm approached, it will be removed from here on out. So just as a thing, this is just from my wiki for reference for my players, and I don't know why it's not. There we go. It took a minute for the damn thing to load. Woo. Notion's being a little weird today. I don't know why. Alright, so. How are you doing, Safi? Alright. Alright, so... I gotta keep referencing back to the notes. Alright, so... Bahamut's areas of concern will be heroics, sacrifice, well, self-sacrifice. Let's be specific here. And glory, I guess, would be a good one. Protect the weak. Strike down the evil. Serve your fellow. Hey, did you know that in terms of human... Oh. That auto mod did not like the fact that you're talking about mating. Oy vey. No, you're okay, you're okay, you're okay. It actually asks me before deleting your bullshit. Oh no! A hat. I have to wear a hat. Oh man, I gotta find a hat. I didn't have any with me. Hang on. Give me a second, I'll go find a hat. Or is that where I take my hat off? I don't remember my own shit. Hang on. Hat's off. I put on a hat or mask until... Okay. Alright, alright. Give me a minute. I'll go to the bathroom and find a hat. I will return with a new hat, and I will read your comment in a second. Hang on. Alright, new hat. Can you see the ears? Kinda. They kind of... Yeah. There you go. I got a bear hat on. Hats. Okay. Fun story. This was meant to be like a cat ear hat, but they ended up being pretty rounded, so they look more like bear ears to me. So I just call it... If you guys know the cute little bears on Instagram or whatever called Milk and Mocha, they're adorable, so I just decided that this is my milk bear hat. Anyway, okay. So, hat. This is a very warm hat, so I might have to take it off at some point. Did you know that in terms of human and D&D monster mating, oh boy, D&D boggles are the fit. Not only do they have a massive head to to give head, but gobble oil is a natural secretion that's better than alchemical lubrifiant is what you wrote, Safi. They know how to make portals, which can lead to very extreme... Dude! And their teleportation means that they can gather intel for you. Befriend one, and each day you'll be able to harvest a vial of natural boggle lube. Just try not having your wiener teleport away. Jesus Christ. I don't like how much thought that you put into this. D&D expended spell list. The Raven Queen might grant Find Familiar, Blight, and Flock of Familiars, with the stipulation that only familiars can create... You can create a ravens. I like that. I think I know what a boggle looks like, but... I believe that it's gonna be fucking awful. Oh, yeah, these little guys. Okay. Oh, Jesus, Mary. Yeah, no, I'm good. Ain't nobody that horny. Well, I shouldn't say that about D&D players. Anyway, cool. You put too much thought into the weirdest stuff, Safi. Okay, so the anathema is to... of Bahamut would be to... I know in... I'm making an army of boggles riding blink dogs. Wow. Just ate that Thai basil chicken curry with crunchy pretzels and goat cheese. God damn, that sounds so good. I'll probably make I've got a curry sauce that I can... A simmer sauce that I can use, and I can make that for dinner tonight. Stop having tasty goats in the morning. Dude, me on my period. Yeah, huh? That's what you meant? You sure about that? Mm-hmm. It auto-corrected. The only reason it auto-corrected is because you type horny way more often than hungry, and that tells me all I need to know about you, Safi. You fucking just told on yourself so hard. That's really funny. Okay, this hat is very warm, so hang on. I gotta do my own thing now. I'm gonna redeem my own shit. Yeah. Alright. Alright, enjoy. I hope you enjoyed the bear hat. That's enough of that. Oh, it's hot. I literally had a bowl of cereal for the last 8 hours. Well, you need to eat actual food. Goat cheese, and we have a small thing of crumbled goat cheese in the fridge. I'm using it. I love goat cheese so fucking much. It's just so expensive. Um, my hair is growing very fast, and I'm very happy about it eventually. Stop it! No! Safi, why? Alright, fine. It's hot, man. Hang on. It's hot because you're hot. Fuck you. Alright, fuck you too. Alright, hang on. Can you see the ears? Hostile positivity. Alright. That's... Oh god, it's warm. Alright. What stream is it? I am stealing, Stinks's... Oh, are you getting an ad? I know, not you, Safi, everybody else. Tell me if you're getting an ad. Somebody do the thing. If you're getting an ad. If not, good. I don't know anymore. Okay, good. Alright, if anybody gets an ad, please let me know. Yes? I'm just asking for the people that can hear, and then they can ask in chat. So, you shush. I know what I'm doing. So... Serve your community would be that. Alright. I love bullying. Yeah, we know. We've noticed. I gotta make the hat thing like a tip. You gotta give me 50 cents if you want me to fucking change hats or something. Oh, I'm dehydrated. My throat. Too much coffee. Okay. We're doing... I'm stealing... the way Stinks wrote up their gods for their Aphoroth race, I really enjoyed, so I want to use that template and kind of fill out the general idea of each of my gods, the brighter side gods, and then we're gonna go from there. Just because it gives me a good reference back to that kind of to present to my players should they ask any questions, kind of. I stole that template from Pathfinder 2E. Okay, great. Let's all steal from each other. It works. But, yeah, it's awesome. For selfish reasons, I guess. Because in actual D&D lore, or at least the way Husband plays his Paladin of Bahamut, he doesn't like lying. So his Paladin tries to keep from lying to people for any reason. But I'm just kind of gonna go, lying for selfish reasons. A white lie or a lie for good reason to save somebody from pain might be more forgivable than saying lying about the quality of something that you're selling to somebody, for instance. Guileless, yes. It also makes it easy for him to roleplay. Even though he has high charisma, and he could lie if he so wanted. Yep. Lying for selfish reasons. Let's see. Terrorizing the weak, expecting reward for a good deed, I suppose. Yeah, so like basically in this world, if you want to play the most knightly of knights, like fairy tale, like I am the greatest, like chivalry, that kind of stuff, you're probably a paladin of Bahamut. That's gonna be kind of the vibe, just because it's a good thing to have in a world, I think, because a good old-fashioned knight, like, is a very easy uh, entry point for anybody that might be new to either a world or to the game entirely. So it's good to have, be like, all right, so you want to play just like a good old-fashioned knight, then I got this for you. Who doesn't want to worship a gigantic badass dragon and fight for good and justice and stuff like that? So that's generally how I've always treated Bahamut, just because I also might have some bias because I watched Dragonheart way too much as a kid, and it's a movie all about dragons and knights, and I fucking love that movie. And it makes me cry every time. Every time. So, keep in mind, paladins can also gain power from their oath alone rather than worshiping a deity. This is true, but if somebody came up to me and like wanted to get into the game or into the world and like asked that question and wanted to play that kind of character, it would give me a good entry point if they wanted to be faithful. But of course, if they didn't want to be, they never had to. But again, just keeping an idea of the entry point for anybody new to the game in mind helps. And it helps me, honestly. Like, I've been playing this game for long time. It's fucking holy shit. I don't even remember. Longer than 10 years. Probably 15? 15, 16? Something like that. Anyway. Um, but yeah, I still struggle with describing things. I just, for some reason, my brain, it's the ADHD or autism or both. So I need simple ways of getting ideas across, and then if they have more criteria that they can introduce me to that doesn't quite fit that, then I can go, oh, okay, here's another, option. So if you don't even, you could just be a knight and a fighter as well, like if you wanted to do it that way. But it's just a kind of, if you want to be classic knight, basically. That's the general idea I'm going with. And I just like a good, big old good dragon boy. What are you gonna do? So his domains are definitely, they can be, let's see, I guess order, peace, oops, peace in the way of protecting others to keep the peace, I guess. Ironically, war, I guess. I don't know. Maybe. I haven't gone over the domains recently, so I'll need to familiarize myself with them. Uh, he could also be light. Uh, the rest of them, meh, you know. I do like these other ones that people have come up with. These are all Unearthed Arcana, but I'm gonna keep with the actual published ones for now. And if anybody ever approaches me about an idea for a paladin that doesn't fit one of those, then we can expand upon what is available, basically. Alright, Gond. Now, I don't know what Gond looks like. Well, he's a dwarven god. Here he is. That's right. Excuse me. So that's his general idea, but that is not how I picture Gond in my head. Um, just because I tend to play Gond as less of a forge kind of, like, Hephaestus kind of god, even though, yes, that absolutely fits his vibe. But generally, followers of Gond in my games are more of the inventor, knowledge-based kind of type. So it's not necessarily that they're just forging stuff to forge stuff. Oh, some of these are really cool. Hopefully I don't scroll past anything dirty at any point. Pinterest is usually pretty good at that, and I don't get banned. but ooh, this is cool. Is this is this AI? It kind of looks like AI because of the way the hair is kind of blending into the background, but that might be a stylistic choice. The clothes are a little weird too. Oh my god. I guess using AI isn't so bad of an idea. This is cool! Oh, what if Gond looks like that? Pinterest boobies will be your downfall. They might be. One of these days I'll get banned. Scrolling through. I could see Gond kind of looking like this. Like an old man, still capable physically, but he has that golden light in his eyes is really cool. So this is Karu frame. So let me make sure. Karu frame, is this your actual art? Probably? Warframe's side blog. 18 plus. Okay, I'm not gonna keep scrolling. So human frame. Posts on Karu frame. Okay, so this is apparently fan art. Yeah, the piercings are super cool. So imagine this part as if like it's a gear, kind of like holding his hair back rather than this other shape here. So again, using it as a reference, and I also love a good daddy looking character. That's a good one too. Ooh, which one's better? I kind of like that one better because it's a little bit more magical. This guy could be a follower of Gond, definitely though. Like a high level cleric or paladin of Gond could definitely look a lot like that. Like piercings are maybe part of following Gond. Like it's kind of this we were talking about 40k earlier. I'm thinking of the tech priests, where the flesh is weak. You know, it's just like introducing metal into your skin is seen by Gond followers as this rite of passage and devotion to your god. Sounds fucking dope. We were talking about magical tattoos. Why don't we have like faithful piercings? That sounds awesome. Your first piercing is like when you move to acolyte to cleric or paladin is your first piercing. Like that's pretty fucking dope. All right, so I don't see, when I clicked on this, I don't see anything that says do not repost my art outright. So I'm going to use this again as reference. No, not making money off of any of this. This is just strictly for my players for private use. But again, if the artist were to approach me and ask me to take it down, I will absolutely take it down. So this is very cool, though. This is very cool art. I don't know anything about Warframe. And I don't know why Notion is taking so long to load up pictures. It's usually not this slow. So Pinterest has been insanely slow as well for me lately. So big. Oh, look at you. Who are you? Oh, it's a Dungeons and Dragons person. I absolutely love this character. I'm gonna save them too. Sun God. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, oh, fuck. Pinterest is telling on me with my Hanzo Shimada obsession. Okay. Nope, I'm not gonna... I could fall into it, but I won't. We're talking fantasy right now. Wow, I really wish that would... Okay. Alright. Areas of concern for Gond. Invention. Innovation. Betterment of life for all. Edicts. Use your knowledge to serve your community. Never stop learning would be a good one. And never stop teaching. Okay. Accepting anything as fact without research would not be dope for Gond followers. Accepting that A problem cannot be solved through innovation and and then telling anyone that their ideas are unworthy of attention. Focus? Attention. Now, within reason. Let's I'm not gonna also it's like okay, hang on. Where's my there it is, there's my cursor. I'm gonna do this again because it's hot. Don't redeem that anymore. I don't want to go get another hat. It's a hot hat. Dr. Quark, hello. Welcome in. Nice to see you. Currently, I am using some ideas from another player. When they wrote up a homebrew race, they kitted out that race's gods, and I really enjoyed the way that they wrote up those gods. So I am using their template, which apparently is from Pathfinder, to fill out more details about the gods of my world, at least on one side of the thing. So if there's any thoughts you have in regards to gods and deities, please let us know. Tell us about your worlds and your pantheons. Yes, Gond is D&D god of smiths and inventors, as far as I understand, or at least that's how I've used him. And I've kind of just pick and choose gods from around D&D, various pantheons, just because I like them. So some of them are from Greyhawk, some of them are from Faerun, some of them are from Taldore. So I just pick and choose for my world that I'm using right now in my current campaign. So that's why the Pantheon might seem a little bit all over the place. I've also made some changes to some gods and what they represent or deal with. I have many ideas. I have a world named Alara. Pantheon of my world is a bit complicated, but please do tell if you want to know more. Always, please let me know. My Pantheon is very simple right now, strictly because I have no players that are currently based around faith in any way. I don't have any clerics or paladins, so I'm not too worried about it right now, but I do want to get the general notes of each god, so should they come across somebody that is faithful of anything, they can look into that. Order. Alright, starts with Celestials and Fiends are one and the same. Raymals and Raymals as both Raymals, are they said the same? Is it Raymals and Raymals, or is it Raymals or Ramals? Alright, obviously Forge. I will get into my Pantheon as well in just a second. Let me just finish this guy up. I guess Arcana, like if you're inventing new spells, you could be, you know, how it's said it differs on region. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. So as in my world, pronunciation is dependent on geographical position as well as use phenom. Of course, as is natural. My Pantheon is relatively simple. I have one main god of each Pantheon. I have a light and a dark, or a chthonic and a celestial, basically. Melora is the boss god of the celestial gods, and then the Raven Queen is the boss of the chthonic gods. And then outside of that, there are 11 others, and each celestial god has a quote-unquote dark mirror of them, which is the chthonic god. So everything, hopefully, is represented. There are also minor gods that will kind of branch off, and those are kind of the messengers of each god, if you will. Uber god called Dalara. I hope I'm saying that right, Dalara. They created the world and so on, but most of their time they spend as reincarnated human without memories, just enjoying themselves. Dope. I love that. I love gods walking on the material plane. Always love using that. Alright, so that's our Dear Gond, that's our Bahamut, and that's our Melora. Next is Hanali, which is a uh, very fun god, a good kind of soft god for D&D, at least the way I use her. You know, Venus slash Aphrodite, that kind of thing. Um, Without all of the kind of toxic kind of ideas. So I always see Hanali as kind of blonde, very pretty. Um, Good lord. uh, God. Alright. So, goddess. Let's take a look, see if we can find our... Then there are the Ovals, which are like gods. Their names are Alule, I hope I'm saying that right, Bima, Slernia, Illithad, yep, Triator, Triator, Esta, Auroran, that one's hard, Orathorn, the Unspeakable One, and Malleus. Okay. They have their domain, but also lack of that domain. Interesting. Very, very cool. Ooh, this is a good one for Hanali. She's so pretty. My cat's yelling at me. Stop telling on me with my Hanzo Shimada obsession. So, for example, Binma, the light, is light and darkness, sun in both moons and stars in the night sky. Oh, see? Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool, where they represent both of those aspects of themselves. Uh, I, I greatly enjoy that. Now, I love it when people come in and be like, let me tell you about my lore. I live for that, by the way. Never, never shy away from telling me about your world. That's what we're here for. This is an excellent one for Hanali, too. Good lord. She's so pretty. Also this one. I like this one for Hanali a lot. Raymols can be humanoid, places, animals, objects, and concepts. So sun and both moons and night sky is Raymol. Wow. Yeah, it's definitely intricate, what you have designed. I enjoy it. Oh, man. I think this one is a good match between these two. So I think I'm gonna go with this one for Hanali. It's, I have no reference for who the artist is, so forgive me if I do not credit. I see a signature in the top. Hang on. Let me see if I can read it. Inferna? I think that's what that says. So credit goes to the artist always. I am not using this for any profit on my behalf. I am simply using it as reference so my players have something to see should they ask about gods. So let me put her down. Mortals worship either Avals or Raymal, depending on what they see God to be. So imagine a world where Shar and Saloon would be Raymals and aspects of one god presenting the concept of light. Okay, alright, yeah, I get you. I like it. Why do you take so long? Alright, let's just focus on the pictures for now, I guess. Just because then I can just, like, focus on writing everything. Lyra is the goddess of joy, peace, and rest. D&D goddess. So joy, peace, and rest. So a very comforting goddess. Get away from the AR. That one's cute, but not what we're going for. Kind of a motherly type sort of thing. She's very pretty. But that's more Melora. She's very pretty too. Avals are less constrained by good and evil, but more about law versus chaos, or more precise, predetermination versus free will. That's interesting. So your gods are omnipotent, is that right? Oh, this one's pretty too. Is this AI? Oh, it looks like Anna Henry Art. Anna Henry Art. It's very, very pretty. I think that's a good one for Lyra. That kind of gets the vibe across, where she's kind of a not necessarily lower tier, but she's a less intense goddess. So that's cool. So credit to Anna Henry Art on Instagram. She's very talented. I assume it's a she. I should not assume. Excuse me. It's just the name. All right, we're gonna put that over there. Have you loaded in yet? I don't know why it's doing this. It's never been this slow before. Mystra. Now, was anyone else that played Baldur's Gate 3 completely disappointed with the way Mystra was once you finally talked to her as Gale? What she looked like? She was so boring looking. And like her statue was so cool, and then they just made her look like a mom, like that complains at the restaurant way too much. Kinda omnipotent, but not really, as the world is after several world-ending events. Their influence is governed by the Covenant, which currently prohibit Avals to enter in any form, material plane, or free travels. Oh, okay. So you have like gods that are like breaking the rules, basically. Alright. Is that why she has to, like, have amnesia and doesn't remember what she is? Because then she has, like, plausible deniability as she wanders the world? That sounds very cool. Mystra. Okay. But yeah, the way Baldur's Gate... Oops, I spelled that wrong. Yeah, Mystra. Portrayed her was just, like, the statue was so cool, and she was all pretty, but then they just flattened her hair out like so hard, and like she just looks, she doesn't look like a goddess to me personally. Sorry, but you know, whatever. They can break the rules as the Covenant is less about prohibit in terms of wall, but more prohibit in terms it would make a schism between gods, and next war of Avals. Alara, on the other hand, do not care, as they are really omnipotent. So are they omnipotent in regards to everything, or is it like just their followers? Because I don't know, me personally, making that a thing, so the gods always know what your characters have done or will do. That would be kind of a sticking point for me personally in my creation. Or do you get like some sort of, because you can have free will in this world, but if you have omnipotent gods, they still know what you're gonna do. I don't know. I see, this would confuse me. Avals cannot kill an Aval, but can, let's say, imprison another Aval to some degree. Okay, alright, interesting. Okay, this is Mystra, Goddess of Magic. She should be pretty damn cool. That's pretty dope. Ooh, that's a good one too. Is that AI? Oh, excuse me. I can't tell if that's AI. Trying really hard to move past AI. I need to hop on your Discord sometime to ask for input on my Pantheon. Yes, of course, anytime. Any input you want, any write-ups you want to do. I love reading that stuff because it inspires me to continue creating. And yeah, I will happily give you input. This is a bit complicated as Malleus knows the probabilistic function of your death at a time of your birth. The unspeakable one is literally a demon. Okay. Is that AI? Yeah. It's just, there's another emote. Like, I know in the end AI is okay for things like this, because I'm sure that I'm not stealing from artists, but AI as it exists right now until they figure out uh, how to control it, AI as in its existence is stealing from artists. So I don't want to use it until that is figured out. So I don't know. Laplace demon. I hope I'm saying that right. Laplace. I don't know. Is not a demon. It is a concept which you can Google. But in a nutshell, if Unspeakable One knows everything, they will know what will happen next. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot to give to yourself. That is a lot of power as a DM or a world builder to like give I don't know if you're running a campaign with these gods or if you're writing a book or what have you, but it sounds insane. Oh, I don't know if there's an ad. I never know. All right, hang on. She's really cool. No, okay, good. All right. I like these like mysterious kind of. Oh, oh. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom then. BRB. Okay, we back. Good, 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 good. Oh, my hair's gonna stick up. Hang on. There we go. I've got to make sure I don't hit it, otherwise I'll have like a ridge going across my head. If they know everything. Now, Triator is the only one which can be considered an evil deity. They are not evil, more like radical in terms of they know how to make a perfect world, which starts with them controlling everything. Okay, so like Doctor Doom shit, cool. Also, due to events in the past, they are only God not bound by covenant, as during the creation of it they were not with other gods as they were banished to a different plane. Haha, loophole. That's very cool. So Mystra's, that's pretty. Mystra's kind of intense, and I mean, you would be too if you knew all this stuff. She's a super intelligent, cool lady. Ooh, this one's good. Is this AI? God damn it. No, this looks like it's actually Hans. Nope, it's AI. Fa! I'm trying so hard, you guys. I really am. At least they like tell you that it's AI art in their name. That's helpful. All right, this is kind of moving away from the vibes that I'm going with. This one I think is the best one, but it feels like it's AI, but I'm gonna deal with it for now. If this is not AI, then congratulations on the artist. Um, it doesn't have any of the tells that I read about earlier, so it might not be. And she doesn't have any hands I can look at to double check. So, I do not mean to use AI art. I would much rather credit an actual artist, but we'll work with what we got. Tamora! Yay, Tamora. I have a rogue cleric that is a follower of Tamora, so she's a very happy, generally halfling she's shown as. Oh, that's cute. There's her coin. Raymall of Triator Vengir, hello Z, hello darling, tried to become an Aval, which led to calamity, literally fucking things to a point of covenant, was remade to be more strict. Again, covenant do not prevent Avals or Ramos going into material plane, but governs how and when. Also, part of the covenant is, for example, rules for arcane and divine magic, as both those are from Avals. Also, my Avals look how they want. That's cool. That's really cool. Ooh, this is a good one. Ooh, she's a little bit more intense. Like, Tamora's generally happy, but this is a really pretty one. Is this AI? I'm gonna say that 1,000 times, because I never know. I'm not good at telling yet. I gotta learn. I'll learn slowly. This one's cute too. Oh, look at the bee girl! It's like a honeybee dryad. Ooh, I like her. I'm gonna save her for something. I don't know what. Also, Aval's first attempt to make life was before they knew concept of genders and sex, so their first attempt was without it. Well, first and second one. Oh, that's interesting. Let's do... Let me type in Lady Luck and see what I get. Whoa, okay. Getting lingerie, even though it has nothing to do with what I typed in. Alright, never mind. We're gonna move on from that. These damn boobies. The boobies show up in the most random places on the internet. There's no safe search on Pinterest, really. Not one that works, anyway. Alright, let me go back to D&D Goddess. This was a good one that I could use for Tamora too, but that might be bias on my cleric's behalf, so maybe not. She's generally, like I said, generally looks like a halfling in her portrayals. Well, this is a good one. Oh. Kind of old school goddess kind of vibes. Tamora's a little bit more... It's not the right word, but in this world, in Galdor, she's a little bit more modern because she's the concept of good luck. So it's less old gods like that girl and more of a, you know, boss ass bitch kind of thing. First attempt was primordials, which are avals, but with home from the material plane. My world has 3 planes: material, spiritual, and black roof, which is like a shadow or spiritual realm. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's really cool. I love this picture. This could be a good one for Tamora as well in its way. But that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. But it's a little bit too modern, but it's super cute. Let's see. Ooh, this one's pretty. Oh, her ears are so big. Subplanes of spiritual realm is place of Aval's, plane of Fey and Dream. Hey, that's mine too. Those are same places, but best way is to say they vibrate on different frequencies. Oh yeah. I get you. I like that. No, that's really cool. Yeah, my Shadowfell and my Feywild. The Feywild is the dream space of Melora, and the Shadowfell is the dream space of the Raven Queen. So, you know, they're both dream spaces of big goddess ladies. So, and those, I mean, all the other planes exist by the other gods, but not as many as are present in general D&D lore. Black Roof was Nightmare, Plane of Shadow, and Plane of Avols. My dream plane is formed and mutated by dreams of mortals and nightmares. Oh, okay, okay. I like that. Don't... Women aren't drawn smiling a lot. I'm noticing. Like, that's kind of the main thing about Tamora, is she's always portrayed as smiling and happy. But, like a grin. Like, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Kind of like this is a good reference point for what I'm going. Somebody grinning with teeth rather than just going, you know. Uh, Apparently very hard to find. She's pretty. Um, Might have to come back for Tamora. Because there's a lot of different directions I could go with it, and I'm not finding anything that's finding the vibe that I'm going for. She's cool too. I'm gonna save her. I'm just finding random pins that I just like in general, and I'm scared I'm gonna keep going down this hole and find boobies and get in trouble. So I'm gonna I'm gonna move on. Beret was the god of the hearth, I think. Opposite of truth, so powerful being on material plane can poke their tentacles into other near planes. Okay, so we're playing with that idea with my world as well. Hospitality, bounty, and kin. So it's kind of like a mother goddess kind of vibe. I'm gonna get... Oh god, I'm scared. Okay, I am actually scared of getting some images that are not chill by Twitch's vibes. So or rules. So I'm going to kind of move away from the pictures for now. I'll do the pictures later. Just because I'm noticing the more I type in goddess, the skimpier the outfits get. So I'm gonna kind of move away and go back to the write-ups on each of them. So Hanali is her area of concern is love, romance. Let's see. Oops, whoops, oops, 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 oops. Don't knock it over. I almost knocked over the printer. Don't do that. Love, romance, marriage, good marriages, courtship, that kind of thing. And also friendship. Like, I do... Wait, actually, did I make a... I think I made a god of friendship. Never mind. So, she's more of the romantic vibes of things. But she also likes friendships and stuff. So, edicts are... Raymals, there's a few ways how Raymal can start. One is creation by an Avol, second is spontaneous, I think is what you meant. Generation from power of said Avol. Now Raymals are like Avols in that way. In that way, that powerful one can also make... Like, Doctor, this sounds all immensely well thought out, but I'm lost. There's a lot of words and a lot of like back and forth, and I'm not saying that it's a bad idea. I'm just saying I can't follow it as it is right now in the middle of the stream. So if you have any write-ups on them and you want to share, please do so over in our Discord here. If you want to share any official write-ups that you have in the creative chat, you will get people that will happily read up your ideas and give feedback if that is what you wish, or just kind of like tell you it's cool. So Emulator is making into a book as a campaign setting. Okay, so great, yeah. At any point, if you want constructive criticism or just, you know, some validation in regards to your creations, absolutely post over there. You're more than welcome to talk about your ideas, and we'll be happy to bounce ideas off each other. That's what the Discord is for. It's to welcome everybody that is creating, and we'll be happy to have you. So welcome. Please feel free. And if you have any ideas for the channel and the stream itself, do please let me know. There's a Twitch chat channel where, like, if you have ideas for the stream itself, or the Discord itself for that matter, you can post them in there. I'll be happy to overlook all of them. I'm working on emotes. I've got one so far. We're working on the other ones, and hopefully we'll get them uploaded soon. But yeah, we'd be more than happy to have you and your dope-ass ideas, because they sound very well thought out and very intricate, and I'm absolutely here for it. Treat the ones you love well. Find love. Facilitate love and romance. She's beauty and community. There she is. Love yourself. Take care of your physical form, I think. If she's the goddess of beauty, she's definitely going to do that. Create beautiful things and see beauty. Oops, everywhere. Oops, everywhere. God, I can't type. One big selling point for me is that before Calamity, the world was high fantasy, but now after is low fantasy, but old magic still exists. That's cool. That sounds really cool. Anathema. Lying about having feelings. Oops. Feelings for someone. Denying your own feelings. Oops. Hang on. Debasing or disrespecting yourself or another. What are sins of such gods for you? That's what the anathema is in this situation. Everyone has their own kind of idea, but in Galdor, this world, it is... Shouldn't there be something like asexualism? Yes, absolutely. There is definitely ace people. I have at least one player that is ace, and I believe... I don't know for certain if her character is. I haven't asked. But should she end up being, that is not a problem in this world. There's definitely ace, arrow, all that kind of stuff exists in this world. Here, let me... Oops. Campaign. But Hanali would have no problem with that, because I also made her the goddess of community. Right? Is that what I said? God, was it community? Let me make sure I remember what I said in my own thing. Beauty and community, yes. So it's not just love between romantic partners. It can be love between friends or otherwise. Being ace or hermit should be sins. No, not at all. Not for... No, this is the light side gods. They will not look at anybody for how they are as being a sin, but denying, should you have feelings for somebody, denying that part of you, that would be considered kind of rough. And this is, of course, only for people that follow them. If somebody doesn't follow Hanali and doesn't claim to follow Hanali, then it doesn't matter what they are. So even if it was a sin for Hanali, if they are not a follower of Hanali, then Hanali doesn't care, basically. Let me also preface this, because this Holy Crusade to kill those hermits would be weird. Yeah, exactly. Let me specifically say this on the top. This campaign in this world is specifically bright. What is it called? Hang on. It is a happy world. Let me start there. It's a bright hope, one of those. I don't know. You know how grimdark is grimdark, and you can have a kind of a scale. This world is the opposite of grimdark. There are heroes and there are things to fight against, and there are certainly evils that show up. But Noble Bright, thank you, my love. I appreciate that. Thank you, babe. I couldn't remember the first half. But so there is no, when you have a sin, if it's not really even considered a sin, everybody is accepted as they are. It's just you might not vibe with that god. There are plenty of others you can vibe with. And you can even vibe with and worship darker gods in this world, and it's not a problem societally. Because the dark gods, the chthonic gods, I'm learning that word today, thanks to, I believe Stinks was the one that brought it up. But the chthonic gods are the dark mirrors of the bright, the celestial gods. But worshiping them does not make you evil. They are meant to represent aspects of mortality within all of us that exist no matter what, and basically worshiping a certain, like, there are cults of these darker gods that take it too far. But a general worshiper of one of the dark gods then is not automatically seen as other or wrong. After the first war of Aval's Triator was removed from any record, so my world building is darker. Yeah, I'm just letting you know that, like, that's the vibe of this world, and why I might not, if somebody were to suggest something a little bit darker on the spectrum, I'm probably not going to take the suggestion, or at least not outright. I'll probably tweak it to be the Noble Bright. Most other games, my game, I understand, is outside of the general approach to a lot of worlds. Usually they're a lot grim, a lot more grim, even if you're high magic, high everything. But this game is specifically based around Stardew Valley, Minecraft, cozy games. I have all new players that have only been playing games for a couple months, basically. And this is their first real experience with D&D 5e as it is. I also suggest things which may not be my own opinions, just suggestions based on internal logic of the world and my understanding. Exactly. All suggestions are absolutely appreciated, no matter what they are. And even if they're not on my world, if you guys are talking about somebody else's world, please feel free to make suggestions and give constructive criticism and, be respectful. But, and I just want everybody to know that should you come in and make suggestions and I don't take it, it's not because you're making a bad suggestion, it's because I have just the general vibes of my world set in my head, and sometimes they don't fit, so that's all. Also, how about platonic relationships? That's why she's also the goddess of community. That can mean, platonic or romantic or professional, even if you want to think of it that way. Any type of relationship, Hanali kind of overlooks in some small way. You don't have to be a follower of Hanali for her to bless your union, for example, or your friendship, or whatever. Any type of friendship or working together, Hanali kind of has a look at. Difference between community and platonic is how large group you think. I also have a goddess of kin, bonding. Yeah. Which is Beret. She's the goddess of hospitality, bounty, and kin. So if you want the smaller group, if you're looking at family, but platonic can be anything in my mind. Basically any relationship, Hanali looks into. It could be even its love of, like, a pet. Hanali could bless your pets. Even though I have a goddess of pets, Hanali will look on how well you treat that pet, and if you claim to know them or love them, then you better treat them right. Do I know how platonic came? Plato? I know it's based off of the philosopher Plato. Was it his students or something? I don't remember. So, where was I? Did I finish Hanali? No, I didn't. Domains. Okay. Plato was refusing to sleep with his students, which was the norm at the time. Oh, yes, that's what it was. Thank you for reminding me. I remember it had something to do with his students. But yes. Yeah, it does. Hanali does not require sex in order to look over your relationship and either approve or disapprove of it, depending on how you. It all depends on how you treat each other and if you're good for each other. Does she know? Not necessarily. None of my gods are omnipotent in this world. Also, anathema could be prostitution, maybe then. No, I don't think so. Um, I in this world, I would think sex workers would be considered. I hadn't thought about what prostitutes and sex workers, what form they would take in this world. Because it's not necessarily that they are uncozy. Uh, as long as if you approach a sex worker with the understanding that you are not moving into a loving relationship, prostitution and sex work has a role in this world. I think if honestly, let's be honest, any race, any mortal race is going to have, it is the oldest oldest profession for a reason. I really like the high class prostitution in Edo, Japan, which was more close to basically sugar daddies than class prostitution. Yeah. I think nobody cares in this world. Basically, people are really good at minding their own business and accepting people for who they are. Again, that's going with that noble bright thing. If you want to visit a sex worker, you are absolutely free to. Granted, I am keeping uh, this campaign currently PG 13, 15 because I do have a minor or two. I think I have a minor in my current group, so we're not going to be worried too much about that. Good fade to black. It should it come up, but one of the main focuses of me as a DM is romance, either between NPC and NPC or two PCs if they, decide to do that. I like to facilitate romantic relationships. Of course, Fade to Black is valid. Wait, yes, it is, but just, you know, not everyone wants to RP that. No, yeah, I'm not saying that they do. And I've never necessarily roleplayed that with any of my bigger groups. But just as an aside, I don't think it's going to come up with this particular group of players. But should it would just be kind of cool. And you do that. And moving on. But yeah, again, just as an understanding of where I am in this, in the world and in the campaign and how I approach things. So. Life, whoops, life, I'm also going to add a domain of love because I have had, love clerics and paladins in the past. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. Maybe since Hanali is like that, maybe she may also be concerned with yes, people who exercise, exactly. Yeah, she is, if she's a goddess of beauty, she believes in self-care, and self-care requires effort. And so she exercise. Thumbs, yes, he's here. He's begging for food. It's almost time to feed him. But yeah, she would exercise could absolutely be seen as an act of worship for Hanali. If you're a follower of Hanali, you go and you do your gym time, and Hanali would probably approve of that. Olympic Games where athletes compete naked would be her celebration. That's absolutely possible. Again, that's something that would be a fun thing to do, and it's probably a regional thing, a big city thing. That could be a lot of fun to check out later on in the campaign. But but yeah, something like that definitely would be considered, where people show off how strong they are, rather than it being based on, for instance, like a god or goddess of war. It's how beautiful and how well you fight. Anathema of drugs, then. Overuse of drugs, perhaps. Like, again, alcohol is a social thing, so it could be considered as part of building a community. Brewers can be considered part of that. But overuse, and like I said, an anathema was debasing yourself. So drinking to the point of blackout, or, God knows what else, or drugs to that point. So up to a point, socially and acceptably, drugs could be seen as okay. but since I'm not going to have heroin or anything in this world, so I don't have to worry about any hard drugs. But if you smoke a little leaf or if you drink a little booze, I don't think she's going to mind too much. Because it might service another part of your community or your love, for instance. If it helps you calm down and flirt with somebody if you're a little buzzed, then she'll probably see that as a general good thing. Determine that healer's kit should contain poppy milk. Whoa, that's... I don't know if that's how that'll be in my world, but damn, that's hardcore. I mean, it'll make you feel less pain. So, yeah, it makes absolute sense. That's your morphine. And drugs could also be seen as, like you're bringing up now, as part of the healing process. If you're feeling nothing but pain and drugs can assist on that, that could be seen as self-care and taking care of yourself, and protecting your mental health on the top of your physical health. So that could all be kind of seen as that. Life, love. I guess Hanali could... No, trickery is not what we're doing here. Knowledge in... Arcana in... Stop it! What are you chewing on? Thumbs is being bad. I'm just throwing pasta at the wall. No, 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 please continue. And I will continue to reply to your pasta. So no worries. This is what gets me thinking. This is great. This kind of these kind of back and forth questions and looks deeper into a concept absolutely helps me think of these things. Reply to paste. Nope. Pasta. Reply to pasta. I don't know if I'm getting ads again, but if I am, let me know. Obesity could definitely be seen as anathema. You do have both thumbs. He has both thumbs. Okay. I will do a BRB. Okay, we're back. Oh, thank you for the follow, Dr. Quark. Appreciate that. I had to get myself a snack too. So, excuse me. mm. So yes, please continue to give suggestions based on anything that you have thoughts on. I guess I could consider nature as part of Hanali's thing. Sure. Again, if a player approaches me and looks at cleric and looks at the gods and looks at the domains and they don't see the domain they want to follow a god uh, with a god, if they have another idea, I'm always gonna let them uh, justify or at least attempt to explain why they think a domain fits a god, and if it makes a good justification, then I will absolutely allow them to play it. So these are just the general kind of overarching kind of ideas. Hanali would also probably have naked marble statues in her temples. Yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, tasteful nude artwork is probably a big thing in her temples. Anything really. It doesn't necessarily have to deal with the body either. Anything beautiful. It could be golden, well-made golden silverware could be considered beautiful. It could be paintings of landscapes or things like that. So anything that could be considered beautiful could be seen in a temple of Hanali, 1,000%. All right, so Lyra, goddess of joy, peace, and rest. Also inner beauty. Yes, exactly. Yeah, never just physical. You don't have to be super hot to follow a Hanali. You have to work within beauty, and that can mean a lot of things for a lot of people. Um, So, looking at Lyra, joy, peace, and rest, all very important things. This could also be part of self-care. I'm just going to put that both. So, her and Hanali probably work together very closely. Um, let's see. Joy, peace, and rest. Let's see. I think joy, peace, and rest. So she would mean like self-care kind of covers a lot of it, honestly. That's why I'm kind of like pause here trying to think of how else to communicate. Yeah, mental health could be definitely her thing. Mental health. So therapy. I mean, I know mental health and therapy kind of go it, but like it would be cool to like your followers are all therapists. Like that's pretty dope. Um, self-care and mental health therapy. Um, communication's good. Yeah. Goddess of Postman. That could be. Yeah. Joy hearing from other people. That might be a minor god. That's why I'm doing this now. Again, because every huge god up in the pantheon that can't directly involve themselves with the world, they have small messenger gods that they will send to take care of certain things or choose their champion, that kind of stuff, which we will design over time. And they're going to be less like some of them might be humanoid, some of them might have certain ways that they show up, but some of them might show up in elements or something like that, like spirits, like will-o-wisps or something like that. So it's not necessarily that they're like running down and like, "Hi, I'm a messenger of so and so, and I have a message for you." It could be something designed to lead you in a certain way. So I sometimes, when I'm thinking about gods, thinking away why one would choose Lyra over the last one. Yeah, that's that's where I'm getting stuck. I'm doing this all fresh. I haven't thought of this previously. This is what the stream is for, to think on these things, and so people can see how world building and campaign building kind of comes together. So yeah, finding differences between certain gods, especially in a cozy world, can be an interesting thought process. Like what makes it different from just love and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, lying for hang on, lying. Yeah, less like truth, yes, but I think the form of saying it would be honesty, which is it's the same, but it's slightly different. An honest person may not know the truth, if you catch my meaning. So it's more like they're going to be honest about what they know, but they may not know the truth, so they're approaching with perhaps lack of knowledge of what is the truth. Um, yes, you're not lying if you believe what you're saying. Exactly. Sent a subclass in the world building chat. Not as good as the rest of my stuff, but I tried to spruce it up. Check it out when you have time. We absolutely will. Yeah, absolutely. Me and my husband love reading that kind of stuff. Every now and again, I'll read it on stream. We did that last time, so. God of trolley problem. Nah, uh, I, that's a very specific god. I'm not sure. That might be some sort of dark mirror of Gond or something. Um, so her edicts would be take care of yourself, duh, of yourself and others, uh, protect your peace, um, unhealthy people pleasing, which could be seen as lying, I know, but it's very utilitarianism, utilitarianism. Whoa. Dark Mirror of Gond would be a god of demolition and destruction. Let me think. Yeah, we have some of the dark gods. I'll go over them in a minute. Um, oh, it's already past 2. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow, those 2 hours went fast. Let's see. Denying your own needs to serve another's. So, whereas, looking at Hanali, where she's about 2 or more, let's be honest, people coming together, whether that be romantic, platonic, business, whatever it is, professional, it could be any number of things. She's more about the self, I think, where it's just, like I said, protecting your peace and, excessive late staying up. Yes, absolutely. So that's all part of self-care. So Lyra is more about the care for the self, and you can absolutely help others in doing so. Hanali is more about physical, and Lyra is more about mental. Yeah, also that. But yeah, it's harder for you to take care of somebody else's mental health unless you're a professional, which is why her therapists, her therapist followers exist. But yeah, would have a lot of monks. Yeah, that's absolutely possible. I have one monk NPC that I might make a follower of her. So hang on. So let me see. Let's see. I think knowledge would be a good domain for her. Be happy and yourself, yeah. Oh, excuse me, I got hiccups. I shoved that snack down my throat very fast. Knowledge, life. Light. Peace. Duh. And Twilight could be considered. That is a time of rest. Again, these are just general ideas. They could be changed later or added on to. Mistra! Alright, so she, in this world, she is the specifically goddess of magic, knowledge, and diligence. So, areas of concern. Magic, duh. Spellcraft, magic item, creation. Also imagine you have two people who want knowledge, one to give it to everyone and make information free, even so it may contain things which may lead to end of the world, and second wants the knowledge and administer it after redaction, which shall remove dangerous parts. Which gods would they follow? So the one that wants all information free. I mean, here's the thing: they could both follow the same god, but they have different ideas of what that means. That's the cool thing about gods, is gods are interpretive, and they can. I like how some gods work well as a combo. Pray to Hanali for the ideal, Mistra for the dedication. Yeah, there are people that follow all the gods. They follow the entire pantheon, for different reasons. Because exercise is magic. Friendships is carrots. So so it's less about you're expected to follow one god if you believe one way or the other. Both of those people that believe in knowledge could follow Mistra, but they might argue over what Mistra would want. And since Mistra has no way of communicating, as is the whole point of gods, they're all based on faith. Granted, in D&D you also have knowledge. There is legitimate proof that they exist, but it's also like what you think. It's like you both have a friend that moved away or is on vacation and can't is like snowed in, phones are down, that kind of thing, and can't really talk to you, and you are both playing telephone with something that they told you to do. Like you were both given charge to like house sit for them for different days, and you disagree on how that is done. My interpretation of the Aphorith deity Wistak fit the bill of the first one. Disseminate knowledge at all costs, even if it harmful. Do you know why I'm asking? I assume you were just curious, but is there a reason aside from that? I mean, I love the questions that you ask because they do get me to think. But yes, if you have a specific reason, please let me know. Um, um, Create. Oops. Serve your community. Study the weave. The weave is a little stuck, like touch and go for this world. I don't know if it's all magic comes from the weave. There's also two other ideas of what magic is. So the weave might not be the only thing where magic comes from, but Mistra's kind of in them. Wistak is the most morally dubious out of the Aphorith deities, and I love that about them. Always good. Foolish use of spells. Maybe not foolish, but what's not necessarily foolish, but trivial use of spell. No, even that doesn't work, because some spells are just trivial by their very nature. Like, so magic, knowledge, and diligence. Asking because, as you said, both are valid approaches which can be held by a single person or more, yet, but believes in things like health or mental health does not cause anything reminisce of a problem or conflict. No one will say, let's fuck Hanali, I want to be fat as a pig. Built people may disagree on what to do, but people may disagree what to do with knowledge. Yeah, yes, I understand. Cause anything. Wistak is definitely my second favorite. You can tell. No, I gotcha. I think there is still room for for conflict within even the more specific deities like Hanali, uh, because, for instance, okay, trigger warning real quick. I'm gonna mention eating disorders. Should you have any issues with that and want to mute or step away for a minute, you're absolutely welcome to. But should somebody, for instance, and this is not something I'm probably going to cover in game, but as a for instance, if somebody has an eating disorder, either eating too little or too much, and they have to go the other way and they swing back and forth or haven't figured out exactly what is right, and it's based on, now granted, I don't think eating disorders even exist in this world because we don't have the societal expectations, um, or at least they're not as based upon that thing. I think dysmorphia and stuff could still happen. So if you literally cannot see how beautiful you are or whatever, or what you actually look like, eating disorders do not exist. We do not have much food. In my world, we got plenty, is all I'm saying. Um, but it's that I'm just showing an example of where a disagreement could be had with two followers. And yes, that might come from a mental health issue, but in there you have that self-care kind of don't deny your feelings, get help kind of thing. So I think conflicts can still arise, but also that's not what this particular campaign and world is about. So there might be arguments or discussions as to what two followers think a god means when they say XYZ, but it's never anything that causes like a schism in it. At least not at this juncture. If I get to a point where I get a bunch of players in a future campaign that want to explore darker themes, I could definitely make that work in one way or another. But on Galdor, let's say, because darker themes would be on probably another plane, not on Galdor. Uh, on Galdor, stuff like that wouldn't necessarily be as straightforward, because if we know anything about humans is they will have disagreements. Two people in one room, they could agree on a lot of things, but I don't think any two people will agree on everything, especially when it's something as nebulous as a god and their sayings or beliefs. But that is more of which cleric may help me. But how about Mistra versus Gond? You may have people who believe that magic is BS, and on battlefield the proper sword is better than a mage, which may also not do anything. We have people who believe that magic is BS. Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. I don't think in this world, again, this is a very high magic campaign, so there's not going to be a lot of people. I do have uh, one little settlement of people. Another thing that may cause conflict in regards to beauty deity. Sometimes beauty is dangerous. Very true. Take wisteria trees, for example. They're very poisonous and can toxify the land they're grown on and constrict the trees around them to death. They're still absolutely beautiful. Is that true? I didn't know that. I love wisteria. Oh my god, I had no idea that they could kill the fucking land. Oh goodness, that's terrible. I absolutely love wisteria. Is that why they just like have like orchards of wisteria? They just nothing else can grow there? Oh, I love wisteria. Such a pretty freaking tree. I had no idea. That's very cool. But yeah, and it's just like wow, that's very interesting. I had no idea. I've always wanted to grow wisteria. Now I'm glad I never tried. I don't think I have the green thumb for it, but that's very interesting. Thank you for teaching me that. And truffles kill the tree slowly. Yeah. That's why you have pigs dig them up. Poison water. Yeah. So yeah, I think conflict and stuff can still come up even on the what seems to be the most straightforward of religions and gods in this world. But it doesn't ever come to a point where two people will come to blows, if you will. It's never that serious. I think everybody, again, everybody in this world respects everybody else. Pigs dig up flowering bodies, not the mushroom, which is mainly mycelium. Oh, okay. I actually have moss hogs that specifically dig up truffles and stuff. In this world, they have moss hogs and stuff that do specifically that because I needed to make some livestock, which was just a very fun little exercise. I gotta continue on my animals and stuff. I need to move my... Yeah, sure, no problem, Stinks. Accept... Whoops. Hang on. Accepting ignorance. Refusing to teach. Always study and learn. Also diligence, so like giving up, I guess. Like taking a rest and giving up are two different things, but giving up is Mistra would not be chill with. Mistra's kind of the hard mom, like she's just like, you can do this, take a minute, but you can do this and you're going to do it. So that kind of outlook on it. So she's definitely Arcana, whoops, Arcana, knowledge, Forge, I guess, could still work in its way. Trickery could work. And even War. Forge is more creation. Well, the creation, I'm thinking of like the creation of magic items, could still be considered Forge. God of Birth. I don't have a God of Birth specifically. I have Melora, who's like a goddess of life, and then I have love, if you want to consider a baby as part of the ultimate showing of two people's love creating a baby. That could be considered something. I'm going with very loose definitions of these right now because, again, I don't have any characters playing in my game that are faith-based, so I'm not too worried about getting it all right now. So just kind of the general broad strokes as we go, and then we can figure stuff from there. Right, quick question. On your world, what is mortality during births and how many children survive till adulthood? Pretty much everybody. Again, it's high magic. They're high magic and high healing. There's, again, like I said, this is Noble Bright. This is Disney level, like, the world's awesome, pretty much. But there are people that come to threaten that awesomeness because of XYZ reasons. So there's, for things like that like you look back on like history and like before modern medicine, our world was really bad. Yeah, exactly. But we have magic in this world, so think of it like even our mortality rates now are not great in regards to childbirth. Even in the modern medicine, they're great in comparison, but they're still not great for a modern world. So none of that is really a problem in the USA. Yeah, USA is not it's not great. It's better. Yes, it is better in other places, but like, Anyway, so yeah, it's that is not a problem. Let's just say it like that. Things like that, health-wise, plagues and stuff, terrible things. We're here with universal healthcare and almost no home births and so on. We have really low mortality. Oh, cool. That's good. Where are you located if you're not uncomfortable with saying so? Oh, okay, you're Czech. Cool. Good for you. Oh, Prague. Oh my God, I've always wanted to visit Prague. It's such a beautiful place. Cool. That's awesome. Wow, that's crazy. I'm just amazed that people from all over. I've had a couple of people from... It's a great place to live, so I hear. Safe as well. Yeah, it's such a beautiful city. But yeah, you definitely have better healthcare than good old US of A. That's for damn sure. Alright, so Tamora, good fortune, celebration, and exploration. Even so, we have a lot of gun owners, almost none go. Let's not talk about let's not talk about real world politics. I just want to stick to my fantasy stuff for now. It is actually 2:30, and I've gone a little bit longer on this stream than in previous streams. I do have to go get ready and clean up a bit to go pick up husband from work eventually, so I'm probably going to call it here. I might fill in the gods more off stream, or we'll talk about it in the Discord if you want to give your thoughts on there. So we'll talk about that on there. Yeah, I think that would be best. And I'll hopefully find more pictures and stuff and share them with you guys on next stream on Monday. Uh, your pho soup is... Oh, yum. Okay, enjoy your pho. But yeah, we will stream again on Monday, same time, hopefully. I don't have a session this Saturday, this week, so we're just going to continue doing some world building and stuff like that. And yeah, so great stream. Thank you guys. Thank you, Dr. Cork, for stopping by for the first time. It's good to see you. Do you have some D&D games in European times? Do you mean set in European times, or you mean time zones? Sorry. Time zones. I think pretty much everybody right now in the community is US based. I think I have somebody from Germany in there, but I have facilitated or not facilitated, but a couple people have planned games, but I'm not running games for anybody in the community right now. This is all, the world building in the stream is separate from my actual game. Oh, I might be getting an ad. Perfect timing. God damn it. So, not right now, but if you ever want to set that up and try to make a game happen in your time zone, absolutely feel free to post that you're looking for a group. You're more than welcome to do that. I'd be happy to give you a place to do some gaming, or at least meet people. Minus Safi. Yeah, Safi, that's right. Safi's in... I forget where Safi is. Are they in the UK? No. Damn it. I forget where Safi is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Safi, if you're still here. Morocco? Something like that. They're over there. Safi's one of our late night viewers, because they're also in Europe somewhere over there. I don't know. But anyway, thank you so much for dropping by. I will stream again on Monday. Make sure to play Pretend sometime this week, and have a good weekend. Rest up, drink your water, take your meds, take care of yourself, and I will see you guys on Monday. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Oh god, my button. Where'd my button go? Okay, yeah. Have a good day. Bye.